Guys, and today we are in the city of Moscow at Salarievo metro, where our partner has opened with 21 machines. It has opened in a new format that we have been opening for the last year and which will be relevant for the next, I think, 5 to 7 years for sure. And all our computer clubs that open will look exactly like this, as you will see in this video. I will also tell you about the new innovations and features we have at Strike Arena and about a very interesting story that we want to introduce to our market. And we will be the first to launch it at all. How I personally and how our team see it, this will give a very big boost and help our partners earn much more. Therefore, if you have a computer club, if you are the owner of a computer club, be sure to watch this video until the end. You will see a new way to earn money. The computer club is greeted by these beautiful eye-catching square stickers because, as in St. Petersburg and Moscow, there are issues with advertisements. We spent 40,000 rubles there, ordered and made beautiful pictures, our beautiful patterns, but the utility workers came and took everything down. And so we set a time for a solution until they are removed. This is for those who will say, what is this? By the way, check it out, our new merch is from our new Strike Arena collection. We supply it to all our partners. There is also a t-shirt and another interesting hoodie. By the way, it was the most popular. I don't know. I like it. I found it with pleasure. You can also order on our website. And for everyone who buys our franchise until, let's say, the end of January, the merch will be free.
Let's go. I'll show you the club.
Now we are inside at the reception. We are greeted by, welcome to the Strike Arena Computer Club. My name is Marcel. Marseille, we didn't prepare here. As I already mentioned, there are 21 machines. And we want our partner to earn very good money. And we opened a week ago, adjusted the numbers a bit. And even coming here yesterday, to be precise, I left on the train last night, and in the chat where computer club owners are, we had a certain debate. Many claim that it's impossible to make a revenue of 1.5 million with 20 machines. And in principle, we haven't had such experiences yet either. But we really hope that it becomes possible. Of course, I hope that in this computer club, we will be able to achieve this. Roughly, I think we should reach these figures if we do by February, March. February, probably 28 days. In March, I think by March, for this, what did we do? Firstly, probably we need to show that we have an increased price list. Why is it increased? Because we have a great concept. We have many, or rather all VIP rooms. Rooms for one person, rooms for two people. We set the price above average. And because of the first point, we want to increase our turnover. Secondly, we added a kitchen here. We have food here. And also an expanded bar. By expanded bar, I mean we have a lot of diverse drinks, adrenaline boosters. In general, anyone who works with a bar basically understands how to generate revenue from it. So about the new innovation that we want to introduce to the entire market and our network. Everyone knows that in computer clubs, the morning hours are not busy. And basically all the revenue of computer clubs comes roughly in the evening from 7 to 11 when fully booked. And we want to fix this. I've talked about this a lot. And I'll repeat it once more. But now we will officially test it in this club. It's an analogy to co-working spaces because it seems to me and to our team that co-working spaces haven't caught on in Russia, but computer clubs can become an excellent platform to replace them. Firstly, we are cheaper, and secondly, we have better equipment, yes. And thirdly, we have everything set up so that an office worker or a person who wants to work can accomplish all the tasks they have. He can, with his laptop, we have Wi-Fi. He can also use our computer. We have snacks, food, water, and everything basically for him to comfortably play. And we are going to test this here now. That is, firstly, we will create separate packages, a package for co-working spaces. Secondly, we will advertise on all resources, on all platforms, possibly indicating that we are not just a computer club, but that we rent out offices, in our computer club. And secondly, or maybe thirdly, our main task will be to ensure that all rooms are occupied in the mornings precisely until 5 o'clock, when the peak of our revenue occurs. This story with the co-working space analog fits very nicely with our positioning, as Strike Arena positions itself as a computer club for an adult and politically capable audience. Therefore, we do not hold tournaments. We focus more on events where adults would come. We organize tournaments for tanks, for other sports, for CS, for example, where an adult audience is interested in coming and spending their time. And precisely for these people, we create workspaces. This completely fits into our concept. And if it works, then it will be a plus for the entire market. Firstly, we will implement this experience across our entire network and establish everywhere these co-working spaces, yes, and all our clubs will earn more. And secondly, the market will only benefit from this, because surely our partners will want to adopt this experience. So keep an eye on us, yes, on the Strike Arena Club at Salarievo. Watch how we develop. I saw a guest and decided to interview him. Hi, my name is Alexi. I am the co-founder of our entire franchise. What's your name? Matvey. Matvey, please tell me, how long have you been coming here?
A week or two. I've been coming playing.
It's the opening.
Oh.
Thoughts on the prices? Expensive, cheap? What can you say?
No, not expensive at all.
Will you recommend it to your friends? Strike Arena.
Yes, my friends are already playing.
Oh, they playing?
Yes, classmates and also friends from another school.
Thank you very much. Come visit us again. We will be waiting for you and your friends. Once again, I would like to emphasize what sets us apart from other computer clubs, what our advantages are, and to talk a little about our design and our solutions. Well, first of all, as has been said many times, we are one of those who opened a computer club in the all VIP format back in 2020. We have been in this market since 2018. And as practice has shown, since 2020, clubs with separate zones have been gaining more and more popularity. But they are even more popular among people who have money. And in fact, I observe this among my friends and acquaintances. From the feedback from clients, every guest who comes in does not want to just sit in the main hall. They are ready to go to the VIP area, and they are willing to pay any amount. And as we have just received feedback from a partner, we are just now, the next shot will probably be with him, 270, 290 rubles per hour. Especially for Moscow, for a solo room, well, that's not a problem at all. I think that in the future, the amount will be much higher. We have now entered the Kazakhstan market, and I observe that the competition there is much higher than here. And it's not just one computer club per block. There's one computer club, literally for every 2 to 3 buildings. Then the next 2-3 buildings, there's another computer club. And the prices, despite the fact that they don't have our format, only common halls, the prices start from 300 rubles in our currency. And this got me thinking. And once again, I realized that the computer club market in Russia is still, you could say, almost empty. At least 2 to 3 times we can grow quantitatively, yes, as an industry. And in addition to all this, how will they close? Well, how will they close? Just as old computer clubs closed, they will continue to close, and clubs of a new format will take their place. Yes, I emphasize, why is it important to develop specifically with a franchise? I'm not talking about ours right now. I'm speaking in general. With a franchise, you will make fewer mistakes. And now entering this market, you cannot afford to make a mistake, because the cost of a mistake is your money. And money now is not 3 million as it was before. To open a good computer club with 20 computers, specifically in Russia, you need at least 8 million. If we don't consider leasing and use cash, if you're just planning to open a computer club, you absolutely need to read all the risks and approach this matter wisely. Because now just renting a space and painting the walls is no longer an option. That won't work anymore, because people, our guests have become more demanding. They are willing to pay, but they also want to receive for their payment additional comfort. This is probably my advice, my experience that I am living through right now, and I am sharing it with you. And now let's talk with our partner, Pavel, who has opened a wonderful computer club in Moscow. And let's ask about his impressions, about his experience. His experience is interesting. Well, you'll find out everything yourself now. Let me introduce you to Pavel. Pavel is our partner who opened in Moscow. Pavel, welcome. Welcome, Alexei. We met Pavel 6 months ago when we were looking for a venue. You might have seen him in the previous episode, second day in Moscow. We were at our clubs. With me were our partners, future Pavel and Arseny. Back then, Pavel didn't have a venue. Now, there's a Ready Computer Club. By the way, from the same video where Arseny was also featured, he will also open in literally a week or two. We'll shoot the next video at his place. Please tell me, how did you come up with the idea of opening a computer club?
The idea probably originated in many boys from childhood. Everyone used to go play on computers as kids, although they were, of course, on a completely different level back then. Because now it's something new, a new format. A love for games. And a bit of entrepreneurial spirit. They sparked in me the desire to open a computer club.
Why did you choose a computer club? You or you all? Did you open it alone or with partners?
No, I opened it with partners.
Why did you choose Strike Arena?
Strike Arena seemed to me something new in the computer club niche overall. It's a new format with good design, a good franchise that supported us in all aspects, like finding a location and during renovations.
So tell me, I remember you said something to me about Ramenskoye. Your partner came to Ramenskoye and you said, like, I wanted...
Yes. My partner visited one of the clubs in the city of Ramenskoye, saw it, Pota, and got acquainted, with Strike Arena, so to speak. And after that, he definitely said and decided that we should open. That's when everything started for us.
So come to our new computer clubs, and who knows, you might want to open one just like it. How much time passed from the moment of paying the franchise fee to the opening of the club?
Probably about 6 months.
In June, we were looking for a location.
I think we actually started planning to open back in April. First, we studied everything, the niche a little, and got acquainted with the guys. We started looking for the first location, found a very good area, but unfortunately, competitors opened there. I think this was already discussed in previous episodes.
Yes. Our competitor opened, and we didn't understand what kind of computer club it would be. And with our budget, we decided not to take risks and chose a safer option.
Because it was our first experience, we didn't want to compete right away.
Competing is fine, but know who you're up against. Okay, and how did you choose this location? Why exactly this one?
It was quite simple. We drove around the city, looked at some residential complexes where a lot of people live, where the population density is high. And we came across this residential complex, Salarievo, where we are now. We studied the area, looked at the presence of competitors, assessed the overall purchasing power of the population, and realized that we should open here. We want to be right here.
Here's another thing, I'll share a bit. There are many different factors that play a role in location search. And one of the factors here was probably that there are absolutely no available locations for rent here. This is one of the last ones, right?
Yes, exactly. So this was the only space available for rent in this entire residential complex, in this part, LCD.
So by opening here, we also understand that next time, Captain Cube is unlikely to come here.
Other computer clubs will come here and lose the desire to compete with us. Yes, this also played a big role of course, that there was only one single space available here, in which, thanks to the lawyers who provided us with the franchise, we managed to negotiate and agree on good terms.
Congratulations on the opening. We have been working for about a week.
Tell me, did everything go smoothly? How did it all go?
The impression is that you have created something new, something completely different.
I mean, for me, this is a new field, a new niche. We are still studying it, but We are getting feedback from clients and everyone is thrilled. So far, there hasn't been a single person who came in and wondered what this is. Do we want to stay here or just come and go?
By the way, I noticed that when I was in St. Petersburg at Parnas, everyone who comes there has this initial wow effect. There's a wow factor because it's new. Everyone comes in and says, wow, what an atmosphere you have. It's cool. I heard that you and your partners and investors are already looking for a place.
That was a bit of a secret.
Okay, yes.
We are already considering a second location, meaning we are studying a second area for opening a second club.
We started working and realized what is needed.
This idea probably came up in the middle of the renovation.
How much money? Such an interesting question, especially interesting to everyone in general. We finally updated our website. Many people criticized us for the calculator. I apologize to those who were morally harmed by it. We didn't like it either, damn. We didn't like it either, but now we've made a real calculator. And regarding investments, tell us how much I invested in renovation, leasing, and overall in terms of numbers.
Yes, I'll probably start with leasing. The leasing for our cool 20-year computer came to about 4 million, as far as I remember. Of course, we need to open the reports. Well, approximately the numbers are many, give or take, and one PlayStation that went into leasing. We have, the club is open on a service system for repairs. The repairs probably also cost around 4 to 5 million.
45 million?
Yes, so we haven't calculated the exact figures yet.
Well, yes, it's been a week.
Yes. The repairs continued for months or 3.
So can we, to sum it up together, with the lease you have 4 or 5 million managed to invest in, to create such a computer club?
It came out to 8 million.
Including leasing.
Yes, including leasing.
And without leasing, 4 or 5 million?
Yes, 4 or 5 million. So it's enough to open, it seems, a club with 20 computers in separate zones.
So in principle, we can confirm that our calculator is finally accurate. 8 million in cash is a beautiful computer club with 20 machines. But actually, I've already talked about the financial indicators. We will keep an eye on this club. Let's see what it shows, how it performs in a couple of months. Can you give any, perhaps, recommendations for repairs? Based on your experiences, experiences. Maybe it's difficult for you, something bothered you during the renovation. I know that our designer was criticized. The foreman criticized a lot.
We had something, there were shortcomings.
What were the shortcomings? Let's say on camera, what is the franchise about? What do we need?
The object with the objects is not particularly tied to the room itself. That is, there were questions about where exactly to place the sticker, where to hang it. But fortunately, the designer answered the phone, and at least there were phone calls and video calls throughout the entire renovation. We called and consulted.
To build a beautiful computer club, you need to have nerves.
Well, renovation is always stressful, whether it's at home or in a commercial space. So I think these are small costs that exist everywhere.
In any case, we appreciate the feedback. Yes, with each new club, we learn to do our job, which we must do better and better. We have a lot of mistakes, really, a lot, but we try to correct them. I personally monitor the feedback, personally try with our team to somehow assist in ensuring that there is as little negativity as possible. We are improving, and I hope that our future partners will open without any problems, although I think it's almost impossible, but we will try. Pavel, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations once again on such a beautiful captain club. I hope we manage to be among the first to achieve a revenue of 1.5 million in a month. We will strive for it. Yes, yes, yes. And if it takes off, this is again a test. I repeat, the idea with co-working spaces, because it's been on my mind for a long time. If it also works out, it will be really great. It will help us towards our main goal. We accidentally met Vladimir. Hello. Vladimir, tell us what part you took. 2 routes passed by. You're right, as far as I understand, yes, I am.
I've been involved with arbitration for quite a while. As for the strike arena, I came here once again thanks to word of mouth working very well for me.
I recommended it. How long did it take you to build the strike arena?
If everything had gone smoothly for us and we had a solid project from the start and everything else, it could be done in 45 days.
How long did it take you?
More 2 months.
I want to know what exactly prevented you from completing the renovation in 45 days and what could be improved. So you could provide specific feedback.
I'll say everything that depended on us, like building all these walls, painting, and so on. All these aspects were done in the shortest possible time. So Pasha told us that we need to meet these deadlines because equipment is arriving and so on, so we need to set up the club. Therefore, we adhere to all these deadlines. We fully met them, but then now I'll explain. This is necessary. I said it went smoothly, I understood, I'm interested. I'm talking about laying various cables, painting, things that I can buy myself. When questions arose about neon, furniture, then initially we communicated with the designer, and the designer, planner, I don't know who he is for you. So we talked with him and he told us that, for example, all the internet cables and so on would be laid by some other related company. Then it turned out that all of this needed to be laid, although initially, when we were just dealing with the electrical wiring, we immediately offered to lay all the low voltage systems.
So it wasn't considered in the project? What was missing in our design project that could have possibly simplified the process and perhaps improved it?
For example, not a single tail. For the lighting, for instance, was included in our design project. That is all the tails. For the lighting, now such a counter producer has to verbally agree with the designer. Regarding the fact that the strip will be at 220 volts, we accordingly lay the wires that should be for 220 million. Boxes arrive, and in these boxes, it's not clear at all that these are for lighting, that they relate to that. To the glowing posters and so on, that is, blocks are just thrown in like this, some wires are thrown in, and something else, LED strips.
No, instructions.
It's not even about the lack of instructions, there's no finished product. You have a lot of various little things that arise later. Some TVs appear somewhere, and other things that were not initially in the project. And all of this, well, we managed in different ways. That is, even like, usually when you have a good project ready, you even have brackets. Specific mounting points are specified for the TV.
We didn't have any set.
Nothing is specified. Even this sign is hanging the way I and the guys decided. This sign is hanging as we and the guys just looked at what was beautiful. These 2 signs, strike. Everything you see, Pasha won't let me lie, it was Pasha and I looking at it like this, thinking it would look cool. Yeah, let's hang it like this, let's hang it like this. It looks like the picture, it looks similar.
So you were doing it based on the picture that the Jam project gave you. You were working from that.
Yes, but how to explain it? It's still like recreating from a photograph.
It'd be done correct.
Well, it should be, let's say that there's a certain point. Yes, this wall, for example, from this wall, it should be 1.20 meters there. From that wall and from the floor, 210, well, the start, let's say, of this, right? And from this, we start to work, right? Something else is glued on. Then these, the ones you see, the corrugated sheets, everything else that's done here. That's all. We also assembled it from a picture. That is, we didn't have an understanding of which details should be at the bottom, which details should be at the top. Well, and everything was invented by ourselves. We came up with everything ourselves. Everything. On the go, yes.
Is it possible, physically and realistically, to fix this? Is it even possible, or will there always be such unclear moments?
Always. In any construction, there are some nuances.
But what you said, could we fix it?
Of course, of course. Initially in the project, if it had been specified which doors and how they should be installed, there's a trend for hidden doors.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hidden doors are installed in a similar way. That is, when you install them, you understand that there will be no trims, none of that, and everything is initially adjusted for a hidden door. This is what designers take into account. If the designer understands that these are the doors, they approach it in the same way. They specify all of this in their initial assignment.
To be useful for everyone, for Guru, for those who are opening a computer kitchen, not only through our franchise, but in general, what recommendations would you give regarding construction, regarding some decorative aspects or your own?
My first The most important recommendation is that the designer should be present. Well, at least initially, they should visit the site. They need to have an understanding. Look, can we...
In our future projects, for example, we are currently opening a cube in St. Petersburg, right? Can you, for instance, review this project and incorporate everything you consider to be shortcomings so that a future salesperson who looks at this design project understands it clearly?
No, it doesn't work like that in a line. The issue is actually something else. If I specifically come to the site, they give me the project and I take a quick look. Some initial aspects, yes, that... Then I might notice something here and there, yes, but later on, when will it start arriving there? Well, again, your components or something else, your furniture, it might keep popping up and popping up. So initially we had partitions there. We were just covering the windows with drywall. Then they say, no, let's make a full partition across the entire wall. And I'm like, okay, no problem.
Vladimir, thank you for the feedback. It turned out to be quite extensive. I hope that with this feedback, we can truly become better. We hope that we will draw our conclusions, gather and discuss this. And possibly, with your help, we will adjust our design project so that our future partners do not make some trivial mistakes that could have been avoided. This was a review of the Computer Club Strike Arena in Salarievo. I hope you liked it and found it useful. It certainly was for me. If you want to open a similar computer club with our Strike Arena franchise, contact our company. Strike Arena is a club for an adult and solvent audience.